The election isn't over. Vladimir Putin is retiring, and a vaccine is being tested now. All this and more on Pulling the Focus.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We have sort of a little announcement for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and let Luigi explain what we got working here on Pulling the Focus. Luigi, take it away.
Hey everyone, so we just wanted to let you guys know of a little update. We are actually restructuring our show here. So instead of having 3 segments, we're going to be having 2 segments and they're going to be posted on 2 separate videos. It's very different, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get movie news and TV updates and then world news on the other. The great part about this is that our first segment, What's Popping, is going to allow us to interchange our hosts. So sometimes you might see Vincent and Ryder, or me and James, or vice versa. As well as me and Ryder going on other shows like Check. So we just wanted to share that with you guys. We hope you enjoy the show and the changes.
Yes, we got a lot of great headlines this week. I'm excited to get into it. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, we're going to run through all the insane headlines of this past week. Luigi's going to run through all of them, and we're going to pick 2 each to dive deeper into. Luigi, go ahead and read us what happened this past week.
So basically, everybody, as you know, the election has not been decided yet. We are still waiting and tabulating, and honestly, we're just waiting on Nevada. And honestly, at this point, the election is so tight. Everybody's crossing their fingers that their side won. I'm more in it because of the local race between David Kim and Jimmy Gomez. Lots of exciting political news. Obviously. But we want to step away from politics for a second, talk about some of the other stuff that's going on. Just right now, this just in, DJI releases new drone that shoots in 4K 30, 10 km range, and 31-minute flight time, and is only $449. That's a steal. That's a steal. If you've been looking for a drone, similar price to the new consoles. Depending on what you want to do.
Choice.
Next up, Disneyland opening up Buena Vista Street. So it's an extension of downtown Disney. They've had downtown Disney open, not necessarily any of the other parks, but they want to open that up a little bit more to let more people in. This place has been getting crowded. I have a friend who goes to Disney a lot, and she's been telling me this place has been getting crowded all day. Everything's crowded. Next week, some major tech news. Xbox Series X and PS5 are releasing. Xbox releasing on Tuesday, PS5 releasing on Thursday. The next generation of gaming has arrived.
This is it.
Ready? Are you ready? Because it's here. And it's going to be so exciting to be covering that on Checkpoint as well as on this show, keeping you updated, letting you guys know all the fun stuff that's going to be happening. Next up, we have a vaccine being tested in Kentucky. The University of Kentucky has told us that they are starting their trials this week. That is very exciting. Johnson & Johnson is actually running that. I know that a couple of weeks back, we had said Johnson & Johnson was going to stop their trial, but now they're back up. They're going. They're probably pushing it as much as we can, trying to get this thing done before the end of the year. Next up, COP22 passes in California. Crazy. A corporation bought its way into the democratic process, spent $200 million in ads, and got the result they wanted. They bent the rules so that their employees can stay independent contractors without getting all the benefits of being an employee. Next up, Spotify is letting users now stream music from their Apple Watch. That's exciting. That's kind of cool. I'd love to hear more about that because I don't necessarily know what that means. Does that mean I could just listen to music on my phone? Is that what it means?
I think you had to have your phone connected, and that you had to have premium on your phone to connect that to your watch. But now you don't need your phone connected to your watch. You can just use the app, I think, on your phone.
That's cool. Next up, I have 49% of Facebook employees don't believe Facebook has a positive impact on the world. That's a very
wow. Yeah.
Next up, we have the bail for Kyle Rittenhouse is set at $2 million in Kenosha protest shooting. I don't know if you know anything about Kenosha. I don't know if you know anything about Kyle Rittenhouse, but if you do, the bail is set at $2 million. This was the man, the young man who was just there to protect the, property, and basically he wasn't asked to do that. He did it himself and ended up killing somebody because they were kind of attacking him, or the whole story is really interesting. If you don't know anything about it, definitely check it out, but his bail is at $2 million. Next up, we have Walmart ends their contract with a robotics company and opts for human workers instead. The robots were scanning all the supplies in the back, and they have said, you know what, instead of that, let's have humans. Because humans are bad. Next up, this is an interesting creative headline. The Tonight Show had their head writer, Rebecca Drysdale, exit the show because I think they just weren't a good fit, she said. But more than anything,
Oh.
she says that she's vowing to never be a part of another Trump sketch ever again. It's
Oh,
interesting because I'd
wow.
never thought about late night writers. I think that's going to be one of the ones I picked to talk about. Next up, these are two major last ones. First of all, Vladimir Putin is stepping down next year, so maybe due to health concerns, which is amazingly crazy of a story. And there's more to that. And next up, I have Kanye West is sued for $1 million over unpaid wages to opera staffers.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And he conceded the race, said he's going to run in 2024. Okay, so that's all the news this week. Ryder, what is your favorite? What do you want to talk about? Oh, man.
You know, there's some interesting ones. I kind of want to. I feel like, are you going to take the Vladimir one? Because if you are, then I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take the Vladimir one.
Let's go ahead and do the Facebook one just because I'm kind of interested to see what they exactly said and how they feel about the percentage wise. So we have right here the article. And of course, all of these links will be posted in the description for you guys. Here we go. And the cover is Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuck. Okay, it says the survey was taken by 49,000 employees. Let's see, right here we have Facebook's survey and Clegg's message. So apparently they had a survey that back in May, the same year, it was only 23%. So I feel like probably because of the pandemic or whatever's going on, the morale of the company, they feel like it's not really helping out with social media. A lot of the employees feel they're leaving because they think it's a much different company that it is now than it was when they first started out. Right here, is it a surprise? No, it isn't. This next line right here, no, it isn't. In the last 2 months, a lot of employees left. It's always hard with social media companies to deal with issues going on in the world, but apparently over half the company feels like Facebook isn't managing it right and handling that right. That is insane.
Misinformation, disinformation, huge problems, lots of manipulation with censorship, why they want to be involved in global politics. One can only wonder.
There's a lot of interesting things here. The company needs to pay attention to issues. If they want to restore the audience's faith, that's pretty interesting.
Definitely an interesting story. I want to move us over here to the Vladimir Putin story about him planning to step down next year.
Yes, here we go.
Health concerns. This is it. Health concerns. Apparently, they're saying that he's going to step down because there's speculation that he might have Parkinson's, which is a really interesting disease that I'm really curious to see if it is true or not, because right now it's all speculation, obviously. But the interesting thing about this, the most interesting thing about this is one of the things that I believe is this is true because of the fact that just days ago, if not yesterday, he literally put an executive order saying that you can't prosecute a former president. So it's almost like he's setting himself up so that when he does step down, they can't prosecute him and arrest him. You know, because dictator.
That's crazy.
So he's setting himself up that way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see that happen a few days ago, and then now it's like there are reports that he might step down because of
he'll have it says right here, lifetime immunity. That's crazy.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like he's literally setting himself up to step down by not being able to be arrested or prosecuted by any means necessary through the law. So next up, what is the second headline that you thought was interesting?
Let's see. Well, I've been really huge into tech. I think we'll get into the DJI's new drone because this is pretty huge. I've been waiting to get a drone, but I think this might be the right time. 4K 30. It has an insane range. You know what? It was like 15 kilometers.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Definitely interesting. Definitely want to see what people think about that in the comments. Let us know what you think. And if any of these headlines are catching your eye, make sure to read them yourself. They're going to be there for you. Finally, I just want to end this off with this last, it's almost like a creative story. The one about the Tonight Show head writer, Rebecca Drysdale. I think it's interesting that she's leaving the Tonight Show. The Tonight Show is like a huge gig. And to be the head writer of a show like that is a dream job for so many people. So for her to leave and it be mutual is great. But it's interesting the thing that she says about how she never wants to be a part of another Trump sketch. And you don't think about these people as like having, they like they're making fun of the guy, but she says comedy is power. There's power in comedy. And by making fun of him and by making fun of making jokes about him and his appearance and the way he talks, as well as how he is a president, it only gives him more power, and you're kind of fueling his image. And it's just really interesting how she says that from a comedy perspective, as well as just a writer. So I just wanted to address that, just talk about it for a little bit. Thought it was an interesting story. I'm sure she's gonna end up somewhere just as great as the Tonight Show, if not better. That's it for this one. Pulling the focus 2 shows now.
We're evolving.
Well, 2
we're
videos.
ever evolving the show, always adapting, but
Right.
we appreciate you guys, watching with us and supporting us, and we're looking forward to continuing on the show and giving you guys all the news for the week.
And we feel like this is going to be a better fit for our audience and the platform, and we hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Ryder. Cheers to you. You're the best co-host around. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye, everybody.
The Xbox Series X review embargo has been lifted. So, what do we get? Reviews from all the sites, all of this and all of that,